Welcome to the Prince William County School Introduction to the Smart Find Express or SFE Substitute Calling System. In this presentation, we'll review general substitute information, how to get started, and how to use the SFE system. General substitute information. Substitutes that are filling in for teachers will work a 7.5-hour day. This includes a half-hour lunch break. Substitute teachers should arrive 15 minutes early to school from the listed time in the SFE system and sign out 15 minutes after the listed time. This allows substitute teachers to prepare and then to end the day summarizing the day's activities for the teacher. Substitutes that are filling in for teacher assistants or TA jobs will only work a 7-hour day. This also includes a 30-minute lunch break. They should arrive at the time listed in SFE and leave at the end time listed in SFE. If you are new to teaching, we recommend that you start with a teaching assistant assignment to get the feel of using the school system without being in charge of a class. How to get started. The first thing you'll need to do is to register with SFE by telephone. Call 703-794-2489 and you'll hear a welcome message. Enter the access ID or your sub ID badge, which is the same thing, without any leading zeros. After you enter your number, you'll enter the star key. The system will then ask you to record your PIN. Your PIN is the exact same as your access ID without leading zeros, and you'll follow that also by the star key. You'll ask to record your name and then press the star key. Then you'll be asked to listen to and verify your callback number, and then you'll be prompted to create a new 4 to 9-digit PIN. This is the PIN you will use when the system calls you for a job. After you've registered, you'll be able to use and log into the SFE system on the web or mobile app. Go to pwcs.sfe.powerschool.com. SFE works well with Chrome, Edge, and Firefox, but it does not work with Internet Explorer. Your user ID is your username, which is the portion of your PWCS email before the @pwcs.edu. It will never change. If you have never accessed a PWCS computer or created a PWCS network password, go to toolbox.pwcs.edu to update your password. You should have also received an email with your password credentials. Passwords must be updated every 6 months, but if you need assistance, call tech support at 703-791-8826. How to use the SFE system. The first thing you're going to want to do is learn how to use the communications available to you in the system. You might consider first taking a tour of the whole system, but after that, go to the bell icon where you might see a number. The number indicates that you have notifications available for you to read. Once you click on it, you'll get a drop-down that might say District Announcement. When you click on the District Announcement, you'll be directed to a page where PWCS posts most of our communications to subs and quite a few training links. There will be, for example, options to enroll in training, to access the mobile app, reminders to enter your personal email address. There will be trainings on using the hub. There will be information on forms like maps and checklists. There's a whole bunch of things available for you, so please read the whole page carefully. The next thing you'll want to do in the same bell icon, if you haven't already done it, it will be asking you to validate your email address. please, when you click on that validate email address, you will get an email or a prompt to change or correct the email address that's already on file in the SFE system. Please make sure it's your personal email address listed in SFE. Once you get the email and you validate it and you've gone back into SFE, your email will be validated. Registering for the mobile app. If you use your telephone often and instead of computer, you might want to consider registering for the mobile app. You can find the app once logged into SFE on the top right-hand corner where it says register for mobile app. You can also go to Google Play and App Store and get it there. Note that there are different apps for employees and substitutes. Yours will look like a P with a SFE on it. When you're asked for the district code for the app, it will be RXLB. Once you've done all this, we want you to go and check out the settings that we've defaulted for you in the subcall system. To do this, you'll go to the top right-hand corner under your initials and click on it. And then you'll have a drop down with sign out and then settings. Click on settings. When you do that, you will have a ribbon come up with schedule, notifications, locations, classifications, etc. We're going to talk now about updating your schedule. Your schedule is defaulted by us available on Monday through Friday. What you would want to do if you are not available those days is to click on Edit Available Times under the pencil icon. You can choose unavailable to say, I'm not available that day, or you can choose all day to say you are available all day, or you can choose custom time to show you are available only during these times. Then click Save, and you can move on. You also have the choice in that same schedule screen to tell the system when to call you. The system begins calling in the morning at 5:30 a.m. and then generally calls in the evening until 9:30 p.m. You may not want to get calls at all, or you might not want to get calls at certain times of the day. When you have my schedule and it says edit do not call times, you click on the pencil icon and you can choose none, meaning you're not going to have any do not call times. Or you can choose all day, meaning do not call me all day. Or you can choose a custom time to have the system not call you during those times. So perhaps, for instance, you wouldn't want the system to call you at 5:30 in the morning till 7 a.m. That's what you would enter as your start and end time and push save. Under notifications, you have a couple options, and the first one is if you're using the mobile app to select push notifications, which are those little prompts that come on your phone when you're using text messaging or mobile app. You can choose to get modification notices, assignment notice, cancellation, push notices. These are up to you, and you can toggle on or off, deciding on what you want to do. At any point when you're in this view and you want to go back to a previous screen, up at the top left-hand side, it will say back to active jobs, and you can begin with a fresh screen. You can also set up to receive job offers by text. Typically, the system will call you with job offers, but you might not want to receive calls, and instead, you want to receive texts that give you the option to accept jobs. In order to accept that feature, you would have to, under the notification section, enter your mobile phone number, your mobile provider, and then any job offers. If you want to receive, you would click on, and any type of, once you click on, then you will start receiving texts only, and you will not receive any phone calls. You cannot receive both at the same time. Also, you can receive job notification, assignment, cancellation reminders as your choice of texts. when you get a texted job offer to you, you'll have time to answer it until somebody else has accepted that job. If you do it, try to accept by text. The system will let you know whether you can confirm the job, decline the job, or if the job is no longer available. Texting will not work if you have block phone calls selected, because texting is another way of getting phone calls. The next thing you'll want to do is take a look at the locations. Again, we have given you a group of locations called Z2 All School Locations. You will want to edit that group and remove the all school location default unless you absolutely want to go to every school in the county. If once you've removed that My Groups, and you would go to My Locations, click Edit, and you'll have a drop-down choice. The choice will come from location list of all of our locations available. Please only choose school locations because those are the only ones that really apply. You would add the locations by clicking on the arrow to the right, and that will take them to the My Locations list, and you would apply. If you have locations you decided you no longer want to go to, you would remove them by clicking on them from the My Location section, clicking on the left-hand side, left pointing arrow to move them back to the general location list and apply, and that will take them away. In the same way, you're going to do the same thing with classifications. Classifications, the word just means types of jobs that you want to work in, like algebra or English. Once you click on the classification drop down, you'll see My Classification Groups. We've assigned you some defaults: a health and PE, a Z2 All Teacher Assistant job, and a Z2 All Teacher jobs. Again, if you don't want to do every single type of job, you'll need to delete or remove these classification groups back to the classification group list and out of your My Classifications. How do you do that? In the same way, you can take them from the right-hand side and remove classification group list and put from My Classifications, and then put it back in the group list over here and apply. Say you wanted to just be a counselor, then you could click counselor. You click on the arrow pointing right, add that classification to your My Classifications and apply. Be sure to keep track of what classifications you use. Schools and teachers will only see you if you match them by location and classification, so keep them updated. The next thing you will want to do is tell the system when you are unavailable. Substitutes will use this feature when not as a scheduling tool, but on a specific day-by-day or week-to-week basis when their general schedule has changed. You would click on the right-hand side, Add Unavailability, and you have the choice of entering a start and end date. You can enter a date that says all day, or you can, which means you're unavailable all day, and you can choose custom time, which means you're only unavailable perhaps in the afternoons of those days when you might have a doctor's appointment or something. You can continue to receive calls during the periods that you're unavailable to work by clicking on this box here and then save. One of the most important things you'll do in the SFE system is to search for available jobs. This screen will come up when you log into the system, and it will probably be defaulted to My Current and Active Jobs. Those will be the jobs that you've already accepted, but you will search for new jobs under Available Jobs. So you click on Available Jobs, and the system will default search for 7 days. In the mornings, the system is only looking for jobs for that day as it's focusing on filling the most important jobs, which are the ones going on that day. But in the afternoon, you can search for future jobs or new jobs. You might find out that you need to refresh the system, meaning the system is trying to load jobs. And while it's trying to load jobs, it's going to say there are no jobs available. And that's because they're not available right then because the system is working on loading them. Do not confuse that with there are no jobs available. You might want to refresh the system by using the filter option. Applying a filter. On the left-hand side of your screen, when you're on the web, you will see job search and filter options. And if you click on single day or date range under date, for instance, you can choose what day of the week you want to search for. And we recommend that when you apply that filter using a day of the week, that will kind of refresh your screen and be able to see available jobs. You can also do so for specific locations or specific people that have requested you. In the mobile app, this filter option is at the top of your screen. Viewing your current and active job. Once a job is accepted, it will appear under current and active jobs. You can click on the drop-down and you can review the details, the address, the phone number of that job, the teacher, all that. You can also cancel your job from there. If you cancel the morning of the job, we recommend highly that you call the school and let them know that you won't be there because they won't be monitoring the system all hours of the morning. So you'll want to let them know personally that you're not coming. Once a job has gone past 5:00 p.m., that job will now enter into your finished job category. You can keep track there of all the jobs that you've done for pay purposes and just review. All multi-day jobs that you've accepted will each day be broken out into separate jobs once the day has ended. You can also see in the next screen canceled jobs. Those are those that have been canceled from the school's perspective, not what you've canceled. And you should check this in the mornings before going on your way to school to make sure that the school has not canceled a job. It is recommended that you do this, especially if you're not getting any email notifications about cancellations or any text notifications about cancellations. You can also see the unavailable dates that you've set. Remember, we talked about setting an unavailable date. This is where you can see what you've set. You can edit or remove them as needed from this icon over here under unavailable. Thank you for choosing to work as a substitute for Prince William County Schools. If you have any questions, please contact the subtemp office at hrsub@pwcs.edu or call 703-791-7897. Thank you.